Now we are going to discuss the determination of pKa value of the given weak acid. Okay, let us see what is pKa. Here, Ka is acid ionization constant. For example, for acetic acid, it ionizes into acetate ion. We can write the Ka equation, dissociation constant. Then let us see about pKa. It is negative log of Ka. It gives the strength of the acid. Okay, so if lower the pKa value, stronger is the acid. Okay, in this experiment we are going to find pK of a given weak acid. Okay, here question arises, why for only weak acid, why not for strong acid? We know that strong acids or strong electrolytes, they dissociate completely. Okay, but weak acids dissociate partially, and it's very important to determine the pKa value of given weak acid. And whatever method we are using here, this is easiest method to determine the pKa by using pH meter. Okay, let us see about pH meter. Okay, pH meter gives the acidity or alkalinity of a solution. Okay, it's also known as pH. Okay, it ranges the scale from 0 to 14. Okay, what are the electrodes used in this? We are using two electrodes. One is glass electrode, that is indicator electrode, and another one is reference electrode, that is calomel electrode. About these two electrodes, we discussed already in theory part. Determination of pKa using pH meter. We know what is pKa and then what is pH. It is negative log of H plus ion concentration. So pH meter gives only pH, not the pKa. Our aim is to find the pKa of a given weak acid. Then how? So using this Henderson-Hasselbalch equation, that is pH is equal to pKa plus log base 10 concentration of salt by acid. Okay. So here, if you take the base in the burette, then we are going to add the base to the weak acid, then that forms the salt. Okay. When the concentration of salt of that acid becomes equal to the concentration of acid, if you see here, when this part becomes 0, okay, when concentration of salt is equal to concentration of acid, then we will get pH is equal to pKa. Okay, right, when concentration of salt becomes equal to concentration of acid, when we add base to the weak acid, it forms the salt. So at particular point, the salt concentration and the acid concentration becomes equal. At that point, whatever pH we get, that is equal to pK. For example, acetic acid, we are adding NaOH to the acetic acid. Okay, so then it forms sodium acetate. So when the sodium acetate concentration becomes equal to the acetic acid concentration, we have the acetic acid in the beaker. For that, we are adding NaOH, that forms continuously sodium acetate. Okay, so when concentration of sodium acetate and acetic acid becomes equal, at that particular point, whatever pH we get, that is equal to pKa. Okay, let us see in detail in experimental part. Let us see the determination of pKa by using digital pH meter. Okay, what all we need for the experiment? Here we need weak acid. Here we are taking acetic acid as a weak acid. Then we are using a buffer solution of pH 4 to calibrate the instrument. And we have standard NaOH in the burette, known NaOH. And then we are using digital pH meter. We are using two electrodes in this experiment. Okay. One is glass, this one is the glass, and another one is calomel. We already studied in the theory part. We can determine the pH of the solution using glass and reference electrode, that is calomel. Okay, let us see first. We need to standardize the instrument first by using the buffer solution of pH first. Okay, just dip both the electrodes. And adjust pH 4. Okay, this is how we are standardizing the instrument using known buffer solution. Okay, just wash it once, then take our weak acid solution. Just dip both the electrodes in this and mix it properly by blowing. Okay, then note down the pH. Okay, this is the pH of weak acid, that is acetic acid, when NaOH added is 0. Then keep adding 0.5 ml NaOH, mix it properly, then note down the pH. After adding the NaOH, just blow it once to mix the solution properly, and then note down the pH. So every 0.5 addition of NaOH, you have to mix properly and note down the pH. Initially you will get slow increase in the pH, okay, and somewhere you will get sudden jump. Okay, that is possible when acetic acid completely neutralizes. At that point we will get the pH of NaOH. Okay. Just keep adding 0.5 ml NaOH, mix it properly and note down the pH. Okay, at around 5 ml we are getting a sudden jump. It was before, it was around 6, now I got around 10.8. It shows the neutralization of the acetic acid. So this pH is because of NaOH. Okay, this is the equivalence point. So 5 ml is the equivalence point. 5 ml you got complete neutralization of the acetic acid. After getting the sudden jump, we have to take around 3 to 4 readings just for plotting the graph. Okay, let us see the calculation part to determine the pKa. Observation and calculation part. So here we have the readings, okay, pH, then we have to calculate the delta pH by delta V. Then we have to plot the graph. It is delta pH divided by delta V versus volume of NaOH. Okay, you will get the graph like this. Then here is the equivalence point. What is this equivalence point? Where complete neutralization of the acetic acid takes place. Okay, amount of titrant, that is NaOH, required to neutralize the acetic acid, that is the equivalence point. Here in this we got, in our experiment we got at 5 ml. Okay, then we have another graph, that is pH versus volume of NaOH. Okay, then we are going to find the half equivalence point. Okay, this is for complete neutralization of the acid. To get the pH is equal to pKa, we need half equivalence point, half acid, half salt at that particular point. Okay, so it is half equivalence point, half of that. Here it is 5 ml is for complete neutralization. So at 2.5 ml of NaOH, only half acid will neutralize, half acid will remain, right? So at that particular point, whatever pH we get, that is equal to pKa, right? Okay, and result, see, first equivalence point where the sudden jump takes place, that is for the complete neutralization of the acid at 5 ml we got, right, 5 ml. Then half equivalence point, half equivalence, half of that, that is 2.5. So 2.5 ml of addition, then how much we got the pH, that is equal to pK. We got 4.7 pH, that is equal to pKa. Okay, In exam time, we may give acetic, formic, or any other weak acids we can give. Okay, then we will get different pKa. Okay, then also we will change the volume of acid. So equivalence point and pKa depends on quantity of acid used and what acid is used. For any confusion, you can just contact us. Thank you.